Jyoti Jai Pancholi, Assistant Professor in LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject fiber optic communication. So friends, we will learn about the signal degradation in the optical fiber. Particularly in this video, you will learn about the examples related to the bending loss, signal distortion in the optical waveguide, okay? Then the dispersion, we will study the material dispersion, waveguide dispersion, okay? So that dispersion and the pulse broadening in the GI fiber. So these are the various points that we need to learn throughout the video. So we will do the example. The title of the example, that is, find the radius of the curvature at which number of modes in a band fiber decreases by 50% in a graded index fiber. Alpha is equal to 2, N1 is equal to 1.5, delta is equal to 0.01 and A is equal to 25 micrometer and lambda is equal to 1.3 micrometer. So now we will do the example. So we know that the mode equation is m is equal to 1/2 pi a upon lambda n a whole square. We'll put the various values. So m is equal to 1/2 pi into a is 25, lambda is 1.3, n a whole square. 50% of the mode, okay. So now here you can see that the value of this, that is 0.0165. So now we have the value, okay, that is the capital M equal to this. So now the radius of the curvature is, radius of the curvature is that we have calculated the NA value in the previous slide. So it is the RC is equal to 3N1 square lambda upon 4 pi NA cube. So put the values over here. So by putting the value, okay, we can find it out. The answer, that is the radius of the curvature, is the 153.94 micrometer. So firstly we have calculated, okay, and we need to calculate the value of the radius of the curvature. Now the next thing, that is the signal distortion in the optical waveguide. Now as we know that the pulse that get distorted as it is travel along the fiber length. So pulse spreading, that is also referred to as a dispersion. So what is a dispersion? The pulse broadening, that is referred to as a dispersion. So dispersion that is caused by the difference in the propagation times of the light rays that takes the different path during the propagation. So this way the dispersion that can be occurred. So light pulses that traveling down the fiber that encounters the dispersion effect, and because of this the pulse spreads out in the time domain. Now in this, the dispersion that limits the information bandwidths, and this distortion that can also effects can be analyzed by studying the group velocities in the guided modes. The dispersion that can be also divided into the two broad categories. One is known as the intramodal dispersion, another one that is referred to as a intermodal dispersion. So intramodal dispersion, intermodal dispersion. Intramodal, that is also classified into the various categories. They are the material or the chromatic dispersion, and another one that is a waveguide dispersion, the group velocity, or it is also referred to as a model dispersion. Now what is the intramodal dispersion? So when the optical sources that emits a band of the frequency, at that time whatever the propagation delay difference that can be found into the spectral component of the transmitted signal, so that is referred to as an intramodal. Now what are the results of this intramodal dispersion? So this results in the broadening of the mode, and hence the intramodal dispersions that results. Now in that first one, that is a material dispersion. It is also known as the chromatic dispersion, and this dispersion that exists due to the change in the index of the refraction for different wavelength. It can be also known as the chromatic dispersion. Okay, and this chromatic dispersion that is due to the material. So a light ray contains the components of the various wavelength centered at the wavelength lambda. So the time delay is different for different wavelength component. So this material dispersion, okay, this results in the time dispersion of the pulse at the receiving end of the fiber. It also receives, okay, this also results in the change in the pulses. So here you can see in the diagram, that is the index of the refraction as a function of the optical wavelength. Okay, so here the wavelength is there, okay, and the index of the refraction. So now what happened? Again the same way as earlier, that whenever the wavelength increases, this loss that can be the decreases. So this way we can choose the particular material. So material dispersion for the unit length L equal to 1 is given by d mat is equal to minus this d, that's for the dispersion. So d mat is equal to minus lambda upon c into d square n upon d lambda square. And where c is the velocity, lambda is the center wavelength, d square n upon d lambda square, that is the second derivative of index of the refraction with respect to wavelength. Now the d mat is equal to minus lambda upon c into d square n upon d lambda square. Here there is a sign, negative sign with the lambda. So it shows that the upper sideband signal that arrives before the lower sideband. Okay, so that is why the negative sign that is appear in the equation. Now a plot of the dispersion, material dispersion and the wavelength, that is also shown in the figure. That is the wavelength and the material dispersion. Okay, so here you can see that when the material that is changed, okay, so due to that composition, okay, the dispersion that can be there in the fiber optic. So this way the unit of the dispersion, that is the PS upon per kilometer. Okay, the amount of the material dispersion that depends upon the chemical composition of the glass. Now we'll solve the example related to this material dispersion. It is an LED operating at 850 nanometer that has the spectral width of the 45 nanometer. What is the pulse spreading? Okay, that is a nanosecond per kilometer due to the material dispersion. So now we'll solve the example by the given data R, that are the lambda is equal to 850 nanometer. Then sigma is equal to 45 nanometer. Now RMS pulse broadening due to the material dispersion, that is given by this equation is the sigma m is equal to sigma into L into m. So length is the 1 meter and the material dispersion cos d mat is equal to minus lambda upon c d square n upon d lambda square. Here the LED source is there, it is operating at the 850 nanometer and this value that is given, it is the lambda square d square n upon d lambda square, it is the 0.025. So now we'll put all the value in the equation. So it is m is equal to 1 upon c lambda, lambda square, d square n upon d lambda square. So it is equal to 1 upon 3 into 10 raised to 5 into 850 into 0.025. So m is equal to 9.8, okay, picosecond per nanometer, okay, and per kilometer. So it is the about the example, and the sigma m value, that is the 441 nanosecond per kilometer. So the answer, okay, for that, it is the 9.8, okay. So we can solve the example that is like this. Now the next example, that is, what is the pulse spreading when a laser diode having a 2 nanometer spectral width is used? Find the material dispersion induced pulse spreading at 1550 nanometer for an LED with a 75 nanometer spectral width. So now we'll solve this example that is lambda is equal to 2 nanometer, sigma is equal to 75. We have the equation of the material dispersion. Put all the values in that, okay, and we can find it out the values, okay. So this way you can solve the examples that is related to the material dispersion. Then you can solve the example related to the bending laws. Now the next category of the dispersion. What is a dispersion? It's nothing but the broadening of the fiber. So waveguide dispersion. What is a waveguide dispersion? So it is caused by the difference between index of refraction between the core and the cladding. So this is also known as the grad effect in the fiber. This is significant only in the fibers carrying fewer than 5 to 10 modes. So whenever 5 to 10 modes that can be carried by the fiber, this loss that can be there. But the multi-mode optical fiber that carry the hundreds of the modes, so they will not observable waveguide dispersion. The group delay, that is a tau Wg, that arising due to the waveguide dispersion. This is the L upon C N2 plus N2 delta dKb upon dk, where B is the normalized propagation constant, K is equal to 2 pi upon lambda, and that is the group velocity. Normalized frequency V. So it is the V is equal to Ka N1 square minus N2 square whole raised to 1 half. Okay, so it is the Ka into Na sometime we can say. So it is the V is equal to Ka N2 square root of 2 delta, okay, for the small delta. And it is the tau Wg is equal to L upon C N2 plus N2 delta dV delta upon the dV. Okay, so this is about the waveguide dispersion. And the second term, that is the waveguide dispersion, and it is also the mode dependent term. Meanwhile, the mode is less, it can be appear. Number of mode is large, this would not appear. So as a frequency is a function of the wavelength, the group velocity of the energy varies with the frequency, and this produces the additional loss. This propagation constant V that varies with the wavelength and that causes of which are independent of the wavelength dispersion. Next is the chromatic dispersion. What is the chromatic dispersion? It's a combination of the material as well as the waveguide dispersion. This losses that can be primarily concern the spectral width of the transmitter and the choice of the correct wavelength. Now here we will see the graph of the effective refractive index against the wavelength. Okay, so we can see the graph that is over here, that how the particular the wavelength that can be changed and the various dispersions, okay, that can be affected into the fiber. Okay, so this is the chromatic dispersion, and this is what it's a combinations of other two. So attenuation is therefore also at the minimum and makes 1300 nanometer a highly attractive operating wavelength. This material wave dispersion and the waveguide dispersion. These effects vary in opposite senses as the wavelength increase. So, but at the optimum wavelength around the 1300 nanometer, two effects almost cancel each other, and the chromatic dispersion, that is the minimum. So, this is about the chromatic dispersion. Now, the model dispersion. What is the model dispersion? So, only a certain number of modes can propagate down the fiber. Now, each of this mode that carries the modulating signal, and each one is incident on the boundary at a different angle. So, they will each have their own individual propagation times. And the snap effect, that is the spreading of the pulse, this form of the pulse, which is referred to as a model dispersion. Next is the intermodal dispersion. So it is caused by the variation in the group delay for each individual mode at a frequency. The group delay is formed when the group velocity of a different mode that arises. It takes place in the multi-mode fibers. It is moderately present in the graded index fiber and almost eliminated in the single mode step index fiber. Next point is the pulse broadening in the graded index fiber. What are the requirement of the fiber optic material? So the material that must be transferred for efficient transmission of the light. It must be possible to draw the long thin fiber from the material. Fiber material must be compatible with the cladding material. So these all are the requirement of the material. So while it fulfills, there is no dispersion. So glass and the plastic that fulfills all these requirement. Most fiber consists of the silica or the silicate. And the various types of the high loss, the low loss glass fibers, they are available to suit these requirements. Plastic fibers are not popular because of the high attenuation. They have better mechanical strength. Glass fiber, which is made up of using the mixture of the metal oxides having the refractive index of 1.458 at 850 nanometer. By changing the Ri, different oxides such as the B2O3, GeO2 and P2O5 are added as the dopant material. So here you can see the diagram that how the dopant material that can be added into the fiber and the refractive index that can be changed. So the figure shows the addition of the dopant GeO2, P2O5 increase the Ri, while the dopant fluorine and the P2O3 that decreases the refractive index. So important criteria is that the Ri of the core is greater than that of the cladding, and here the some materials are given that can be used as the core and the cladding. So these mixtures of the core and cladding that will change the refractive index value, okay, and we can use it to fabricate the fiber. So the principal raw material for the silica is the sand and the glass. The fiber composed of the pure silica that is known as the silica glass. The desirable property of the silica glass that are the resistance to deformation even at the high temperature, resistance to breakage from the thermal shocks, good chemical durability, better transparency. So these all are the characteristics. The other type of the glass fibers are the halide glass fiber, active glass fiber, kyangenide glass fiber, plastic optical fibers. Next topic is mode coupling. After a certain initial length, the pulse distortion increases less rapidly because of the mode coupling. The energy from the one mode is coupled to the other mode, that is because the structural imperfections, fiber diameter variations, refractive index variations. So due to the mode coupling, average propagation delay that becomes less and intermodal distortion that reduces. So suppose the certain initial coupling length is equal to LC, mode coupling length over LC is equal to LZ, and the additional loss associated with the mode coupling, that is the H dB per kilometer. So now from this, the excess attenuation resulting from the mode coupling is HZ, and the improvement in the pulse spreading by mode coupling, that is given as the Hz sigma C upon sigma 0 is equal to C. Significant mode coupling that occurs of connectors, splices and with other passive components of an optical link, where C is the constant independent of all dimensional qualities and the refractive indices. Sigma C is the pulse broadening under the mode coupling. Sigma 0 is the pulse broadening in absence of the mode coupling. So for long fiber length, the effect of the mode coupling on the pulse distortion, that is significant for a graded index fiber. The effect of the distance on the pulse broadening for the various coupling losses that are shown over here. So mode coupling effects on the pulse broadening. Okay, so fiber length, that is the increases, the pulse broadening, that can be increases. Okay, so this is about it. Design optimization. So what are the features of single mode fibers? That are longer life, low attenuation, signal transfer quality is good, model noise is absent, largest bandwidth distance product. The basic design optimization that includes the following, that is the cutoff wavelength, dispersion, mode field diameter, bending loss, and the refractive index profile. So this is about the signal degradation in the fiber optic cable. So this is about the degradation part. So thank you very much everyone.